Hey y'all, I wanted to come on here real quick and just talk with y'all. Earlier I went on a walk, my morning walk, and I was just thinking back on my life and where my life is now and how different my life is now from what it used to be. And I just realized that throughout my life, when things were going crazy and I didn't understand, or I felt alone, or I felt confused, or I felt like I had no one to have my back, I wasn't really alone. Like, God has really kept me and has had my back all this time. And I have a story to tell. And I'm sharing this because, throughout the week I've been watching doughdash, and she's been encouraging people to pick up the camera and share their truth, speak to others, because you never know who may need to hear from you. And I've always been the type that I tell my children that your life is not just for you. I've always been that person that believed that. I've always believed that things that I've gone through can help someone else. So when I'm dealing with people, or people come to me in distress, or they're going through something, I go to a place of trying to understand where they are. And if I can relate, then I pull from my life experience. And so I tell my kids all the time, like, don't think that you're in this world by yourself, and that what you're going through, you're just the only person going through it. That there's someone that will need to hear from you. Like, you can help people with what you've gone through, So, it's like we suffer some things, but when we're suffering, it seems like, oh, this is too much, I can't handle it. But if we really look at it, it's suffering for a greater good, because we can help someone. And so I'm saying that to say this, like, I've been through some things in my life. I won't share all of, that now, but I realized that God has really kept his hands on me, and he has brought me through so much. And I'm just thinking there were times where I gave up on myself, and I couldn't see my life where it is now back then. Like, I didn't think I would be here. Like, I see my life completely different. And I didn't understand that even when I was going through what I was going through, my steps were still ordered. That by itself is just powerful. But I sit here today at 50 years old, newly married. I have 4 children. 3 are grown out of the home. I have a 15-year-old that's still at home. But I didn't even think I would be married. I didn't see myself married, really. And then when I thought of marriage, I didn't think I would be married to a man. Why you say that? Well, for 15 years, I lived in the LGBTQ community. I was a lesbian. I thought that if I was to get married, it would be to a woman. I got to a place in life where I just did not want to deal with men anymore. And if you would have asked me, because God, he transformed my life about, this is going on 2 years now. If you would have told me 3 years ago that I would be sitting here married to a man, I would have told you you lying. It's not gonna happen, baby. Listen, when I tell you that is far from the truth, like, I would have been like, you lying, and sell that to somebody else. Don't sell it to me. And I see how even then, when I was in that lifestyle, God would do, it was as if he was reminding me, okay, enjoy yourself, but you won't be here long. And I remember having conversations with others, and they would ask me questions. Like, I've always been the type of person, if you ask me a question, I have no problem answering it. And so I had people, like I had a cousin, she would call me and we would talk about things, and then she'll say, you know what, can I ask you a question? No offense, like, but I'm just curious. What is it about your lifestyle that makes you feel like, or do you feel like you'll never deal with a man again? And I will, go back into my past, my history, things I've been through and things of that matter. But I will always end with this. With that being said, if God felt like he wanted to pull me out tomorrow, there would be nothing that I can do about it. I will be out tomorrow. And it wasn't because I wasn't fully in. It wasn't because I was straddling the fence. I just had enough sense to know, and I felt within myself that God had the last say. And even though I was living how I was living and I was doing what I was doing, I knew that God had a purpose for me. And I felt like I was on borrowed time. And I fought for a while. Baby, when I say I fought, I fought. But when he made that call, I answered, and I don't regret it, and so I love where I'm at today. And I'm thankful for where I'm at today. I thank God for pulling me out, because I didn't realize how I was holding myself back to receive the blessings of God. And I didn't know what I was in danger of missing out on. And it's just amazing that, we go through life and we just feel like life just looks one way. And sometimes it's hard for us to realize that there's other aspects of life, other opportunities, but not just that we don't stop to say, am I truly living the way I'm supposed to be living? Am I truly living in the aspect of my purpose for being placed here? We don't ask ourselves that. I did a video a couple of days ago, and I just recently posted, but I spoke on that just a little bit, but I won't go into that. But it feels good to allow God to change my life. It feels good to just know that I am starting anew. It's like a refreshing. That's what it feels like. It feels like a refreshing. It feels like I'm actually allowing my purpose to go forth. Now, I don't know what tomorrow may hold, but let me tell you where I stand today. It feels good. And so with that being said, I realized even making this video is part of that purpose. And so in this video, also would like to thank doughdash for being such an encouragement to many of us who have sat back and known that we were supposed to pick up the camera and speak, but we will let fear step in and prohibit us to. And so I just want to say, if you're out there and you're struggling with things and you're not knowing what tomorrow may hold, just sit back and just Just talk to God. And talking to God is like I'm talking to this camera. Talk to him and ask him, what is the purpose? What is the plan for my life? Like, what is it that you put me here for? Because if I'm moving in that purpose, it can't do anything but bless me, because you're not going to allow us to be here and not be blessed if we're doing what it is that we were called to do. We hinder ourselves and we have so much lack because we choose not to flow in purpose. Well, I just want to come on here and just drop that gem and just encourage someone. You know, pick up the camera, tell your story, spread some love. There's so much hate and sadness in the world. We need encouragement. We need love to be spread. Let's do this.